and welcome to this FS Elite video. I'm joined by Thomson here from X-Plane, or Laminar Research, and we're here at FS Expo. Thanks for your time, Thomson.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. It's a really busy weekend.
Yeah.
X-Plane 12, great release. We're at 1205 at the moment, looking promising, but there's some work to come, I believe.
Yeah, we're really excited about 1206 and 1207. So 1206 should be out in the next couple of weeks and brings a lot of improvements to our cloud engine. So new shaping, new shading, a lot of the patterns that make clouds feel like clouds. There are some screenshots we've got of that I'm sure will pop up that really demonstrate the fidelity between 1205 and 1206 and that upgrade. So yeah, we're really excited about that. We're also bringing a full decoration package to our carrier. So now we have all sorts of static aircraft and all of the clutter that you'd expect on a real deck and other stuff like that.
So the Top Gun fans will be really hitting that home there with the F-14.
Yeah, for sure. But it's a big step for us. And then 1207 will kind of be even further steps. So more lighting improvements. We have things coming like Bloom, which will be really exciting. New stuff for engines at some point will be also brought in. So more accurate turbine models, cylinder head temperature, that kind of thing.
Fantastic. So lots of work in the pipeline.
Yeah.
What's one of the features that you're most excited about coming?
Yeah. Well, one thing that's kind of a bit of a niche feature that I think everyone will get a lot of fun out of is the volumetric fog and rain that we have coming.
Amazing.
Those probably aren't right around the corner, but that was actually a requirement that we came up with from some of the professional work we're doing. Okay. So as a level D requirement for the really big professional sims, you need to be able to see where the fog is and see where the rain is very visually. So that is one of those special things that will trickle down that the rest of the community will be able to enjoy as well.
That's great stuff, and just making flying ever more realistic, but also challenging too, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So the big thing with our 3D clouds is that we want it to feel like kind of four-dimensional chess that you have to kind of weave your way through, especially if you're trying to fly VFR. So getting them puffier, more realistic, and getting those shapings to be a higher fidelity definitely makes it a bit more of a challenge.
Nice. And the last few updates have been around polishing X-Plane 12 so far.
Right.
And there's some performance and big work being done. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we worked really hard to make X-Plane 12 beautiful, and we're getting there, but also performance can suffer as a result of that. So we have guys working on really getting the performance back that we've lost some places, optimizing that. Multi-threading and multi-core support is something that will really help us on that. That is, it's not a quick fix and you're good, so that will be a process, but we're excited for that.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting. And, it's really great to see such a big impact on FS Expo for X-Plane.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got more than just Laminar Research here, is that right?
Yeah, so we wanted this year to give people the opportunity to try all sorts of vendors that are really taking X-Plane to the highest level possible. So we have people like Tollis here bring the best Airbus to any flight simulation platform. His new A320 Neo is running here, and yeah, it's very, people have been very happy to use it. And then we also have some people on the more professional side, like Beta Technologies. They actually use X-Plane in their development of their real aircraft and also for training their test pilots. So they brought some of their sims, and people get a chance to try that using Vario headsets and VR, and also with the real aircraft's controllers, which is pretty special.
That's amazing, and it really is nice to see such a partnership with Laminar Research and the third-party developers to really kind of widen the reach of what you're trying to achieve. So would you like to show us around?
Yeah, let's go for a tour. All right, so this is the Beta Alea VR simulator using X-Plane 12. So they actually use this for training their test pilots in the real world who are flying this aircraft for real. It's an electric vertical takeoff and landing airplane, so it's completely emissions free and it doesn't even need a runway. Another cool thing to notice is the flight controls here. So these flight controls are taken out of the real aircraft. So it's literally as real as it gets, and everyone here at the show has been able to take a look and give it a try.
And you have a real big partnership with Beta Technologies too.
Right, yeah. So Austin's been involved since the very beginning with them, and yeah, they're really doing exciting stuff. We're happy to be a part of it for sure.
And it's it's really great to see X-Plane really pushing the boundaries, not just in the virtual world, but mapping this onto real world aircraft.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's our bread and butter. We really want X-Plane to be an open platform that people get their hands on, and then just take it further than we could even imagine. And Beta and all of our partners here definitely check that box. So we love to be able to show them off as well. All right, so this is the work in progress second generation 777 from Flight Factor. They've been working on this for a really long time, and it's exciting to see all of the huge improvements they've made. My favorite feature that they've been showing off this weekend is actually the tire change kit that you can invoke on the outside. And yeah, I've never seen that in any sim airplane before, and I think everyone in the community will really enjoy it.
Well, I've been waiting for the 777 V2 for a very long time, so it's one of my personal ones that I'm really excited to see and get my hands on. So.
Yeah, they've done things that I never thought that anyone would do in X-Plane, so it's fun to see that come to life.
Yeah, and actually,
you can even change the configuration of the cabin in real time.
I saw Roman doing that earlier on, and it's in real time. I think it's really great to see the changes that you impact and make, because you've seen that on a few aircraft in terms of putting gauges in certain places on the flight deck, and just to see this in physical format right in front of you, it's really great, and it just shows the benefit of coming to things like Expo, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
So hopefully. Yeah, I really hope so. See how things work. Yep. See. I will go further. Wish you a nice day, my friend. Have a good one. Same. Bye.
So, visually it looks great. I've seen some of the systems in progress. Hopefully, we're looking at a release fairly soon, do you think?
Oh, I'd hope so. On projects like this that really have such high goals, it's hard to say for sure, but when it comes, it'll be a hit, I believe.
There is always a benefit of working on some of those lovely features like you're saying, changing the cabin layout in real time, changing tires. But I wonder, sometimes in those things, when do you draw the line, right?
I'm not sure. I think that's up to Roman, and one day he'll decide. Yeah, so another company we've had the chance to partner with this year is Runway One Simulations. So they are building a brand new motion sim. It's completely new to market. It's their first time at a flight sim show. What's really cool about this is that they're actually a automations and controls company that have used all of that knowledge to get into the simulation space, because they're pilots and they're really passionate about this stuff. So we're really excited to see them here and the stuff they're doing to take it further. This is I'm not sure if it's currently FAA certified, but that's definitely in their plans as well.
It's a level D simulator for your home. I love it. I'm not sure I'll be able to argue the cost of one of these back home in London, but it shows like
this will fit in your bedroom, don't you think?
I think so. It's just the shipping costs. But seeing stuff like this and getting your hands on it, it's physical, it's big, and it's right in front of you.
Absolutely. And that was one thing we wanted to do too: give people the opportunity to try things that they just don't at home. This is not a add-on that you can just download and start having fun with. So that's one of the great reasons it comes to shows like this, to experience what the latest and greatest is. Put your hands on it.
And what I find is that at Expo, we've got lots of different options now, particularly with hardware and software, and just to have it all under one roof to really kind of make a real informed decision on what next steps you're taking, or you know, what
investments you want to take on. Absolutely.
Right now.
That's you know, commentary in the world right now, isn't it?
They have 11 and they have 12. 12 is beta. 11 is what it.
So Thomson, we're here at the Airbus A320 Neo, which is from Tollis.
Yeah, so it's really exciting. I think this is the first time Tollis has been at an event like this, so we're really happy to host them. They came out pretty recently with their brand new A320 Neo, which is absolutely fantastic. It's gotten really rave reviews from the community and different media outlets, so we're happy to see them here and can't wait to see what they do next.
Yeah, and you know, we've got a real, you know, including your A330 now, we've got a real Airbus following for X-Plane.
Absolutely. I remember the olden days where there was like nothing. It was just mainly Boeings and that kind of thing. So definitely there's a learning curve for some of us on the Airbuses, but it really pays off. And just to learn the depth and love that Thorsten has put into these products, Tollis, is really fantastic.
And you know, I've used the A320 now for you know, a couple of months since it was released. It's just a joy to fly, and it's one of my personal favorites.
You'll also notice that he's using the Thrustmaster Airbus products. That's a perfect fit for us. He's also demonstrating a new feature that we've implemented in X-Plane 12, which is dual controls. So now if you're flying with friends, you can have two separate side sticks. One can be for the captain, the other for the FO. So it's definitely a big boost in immersion for setups like that.
I hope I can land.
And they're you know, they're plug and play with X-Plane. There's not a lot of extra work you need to do with those.
No. We have default joystick configurations for all of those, and so just plug it in and start having fun. You can also notice how Thorsten has made the pop-outs for cockpit builders. A lot of people really go all out on that kind of thing.
What I have noticed is, you know, taking that one step further, is every button in the cockpit is mappable to an external hardware piece.
So I've heard rumors that the Tollis A320 is actually compatible with Scalarchy hardware through a plugin. I've not tried it myself, but I'm pretty familiar with the Scalarchy sims, so I'm really excited to see one of those in the flesh and get to experience this brilliant aircraft with all of the new stuff we've added in X-Plane 12.
Fantastic, and actually there is a Scalarchy A320 here at the show.
Oh, fantastic. So also here we have a Cirrus BATD from RealSimGear. This is an FAA certified device for flight training that they brought out. They use something really cool for the Cirrus side stick. It's a proprietary force feedback stick that is really cool. That's one thing that's kind of missing in the consumer side of flight sim to get a really high fidelity Cirrus flying experience. So folks here at the show have really enjoyed getting to put their hands on that and fly a Cirrus the way it deserves to be flown.
And it's really interesting talking about force feedback. There are, you know, not that I could recall any force feedback hardware that's available sort of to the wider
consumer
market
level. Yeah, Brunner does really good stuff, but you know, that's more at the professional price point.
Yeah.
So it's always a treat for people to come and try that out.
And the product that we see here is fully compatible with X-Plane, and it's driven by the X-Plane.
It's basically RealSimGear makes the hardware that you're using, so for your Garmin's and the Cirrus side stick, throttle, that kind of thing. It ships with X-Plane 12 for certification, of course. And yeah, it's a plug and play if you want to level up your Cirrus training at home. So the last partner we are working with this year is ProFlight Trainer. They are a hardware manufacturer from Switzerland that really nails the experience of flying helicopters in X-Plane. There's non-centered controls and collective that fits into your chair, which really just makes it much more realistic than flying with just a desktop joystick and that kind of thing. The other thing we're demonstrating here is the Vario VR headset. In X-Plane 1206, we will have opt-in support for OpenXR. That that makes it a lot easier for more and more headsets to become compatible without having to go through SteamVR or anything like that. Also with Vario, not completely native to X-Plane, but it has the pass-through technology for mixed reality, which is a really cool feature that lets you see parts of the room around you and masked over the VR experience, which is really cool. For instance, if this was masked right here, the user would be able to see the stick for the instructor to say, okay, this button does this, a little bit more of that, something like that. So we're really excited about that feature, and it's definitely been a popular addition among our pro users.
Yeah, and I fly VR quite often, and I'm forever, thinking, is this the right key on my keyboard or on my yoke?
Right. That pass-through really adds a lot of immersion or a lot of usability.
So Thomson, thank you so much for showing us around the booth.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
What does the, we've looked at short-term future of X-Plane, 06 and 07. Can you tell me anything about what the future prospects are about the platform?
Yeah, so there's kind of three prongs that we're taking. Number one is making life easier for our third-party artists. So we're doing things with like avionics run on plugins, which will get just make the pipeline a lot easier for people who make aircraft for X-Plane. We also have some new object specifications that will also just make that a simpler process for folks that want to really get the fidelity that we can in that. So that's one side. We're also working on the professional side. We're working on level D simulation, simulators as an image generator. That's really exciting. And also some other kind of niche pro features like being able to warp projection screens and that kind of thing. And then on the more home consumer-facing side, we need performance. We need to finish up some of the graphics bugs that we currently have. 1206 and 07 will help quite a bit. And then the long-term goal is new scenery. We know that that's something that's been hurting, and we need to, that's next up.
Okay, well, it's
easy to talk about, hard to deliver, but that's where we're headed.
And, X-Plane 12 is my go-to sim, as you know. But it's just amazing to see the development come so far from, the X-Plane that we knew in, version 9 and stuff like that. So
the good old days.
Such a long way. But Thomson, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Cool.